So insightful. I wonder if you could stay on. We've got some questions from the audience. You wouldn't mind?
For sure, absolutely.
All right. Where do the dollar value savings come from? How are they calculated?
Yeah, good question. So first thing I would say is that there's lots of drivers underpin the model that generates those numbers. You know, it's part of linking those KPIs and the delta between the current state and the future state in the KPIs, linking those to the value drivers, the things that actually turn those KPIs into money, if you like. And you know, underpinning the summary slide that we were looking at is the model that brings all of these things together and does the calculation. So, you know, I couldn't go through the whole model with you on this call. It's you know, it's got the complexity of the real world baked into it. So that makes it a bit more, yeah, we'd need a longer conversation to do that, but I can give you some examples if you like. So sourcing and spend on contract drives things like preferential terms with suppliers, and that then generates a cost saving. So, you know, with some immature organizations, we might see a 10 or 20% of spend value saved simply by improving spend on contract up to that benchmark figure and sourcing, you know, doing better sourcing, doing, you know, robust sourcing. And in addition to that, you know, Coupa customers get access to the Coupa Advantage program, which runs sourcing events that are jointly subscribed by, you know, lots of our customers, with the, you know, expectation that buying power will generate savings. And we've got case studies of where customers have saved literally millions of dollars on sourcing events. They've paid for their Coupa implementation from the benefits of Coupa Advantage. So, you know, there's a big old story there that contributes to that bottom line. I haven't particularly baked Coupa Advantage into the business case that we were looking at earlier, but, you know, that's just an example of a driver. Other more straightforward ones, electronic purchase order and invoicing. So that generates savings from a reduction in manual tasks, but it also drives things like fraud reduction and a bunch of other drivers that contribute to that overall number. Supplier rationalization, it reduces supplier onboarding and supplier maintenance costs. If we think just about onboarding, Hackett Group, who I guess you're familiar with, their benchmark for onboarding is more than $800 per supplier. And that's without any ongoing maintenance costs. So if we can think rationally, and that's probably the wrong word, but if you think about suppliers, you know, looking at them through that lens, if we can focus on fewer suppliers with higher value contracts and, you know, properly sourced agreements for the items that we're buying from them, you generate savings in that way. And there's other stuff, you know, there's 20 benchmarks all driven by all of our products. Things like advanced analytics, which provides more detailed category insights, which can drive more effective supplier and category management, sourcing and all that stuff, and lots more. So it quite quickly becomes pretty complex, which is why I've got a specialist team that do all of the work around this and pop out the numbers that we can then build the insights off.